Hi guys, so after much persuasion, I finally decided to get the Sigma 16mm 1.4. Before we get on to the unboxing, I want to address the release of the A7R4. 61 megapixels. How many of us really do need the 61 megapixels? Unless you're really stretching out a very huge ass print, I don't think anybody needs 61 megapixels, right? And besides, the file size will probably be very big and I'll need a lot more hard drives than I currently have. Well, back to the topic of my new lens. So one of the reasons I get this lens is because it has very good reviews and it drops down all the way to 1.4, which allows me to capture very nice bokeh as well as very sharp images. The 16mm, which on a full frame converts to about 24mm. So let's open this up. So basically I got a warranty for about 2 years, more paper, which I don't read, and then the lens itself. So here's the lens hood, and this is the lens. It's a lot smaller than I thought. I'll bring out my landscape lens and let's make a comparison. Okay, so this is my 16 to 35mm f4. So of course this is a full frame lens and this is a crop frame lens, but this one seems a little lighter, but not a lot lighter than my full frame lens. So inside you can see, as you can see, it has very nice glass element to it. I've also gotten a low-end ND filter. So let's put it on my A6400 and see how it looks without the ND filter first. Wow, can you look at the bokeh goodness coming out of this? Can you see that the background has such a nice blur to it? Anyways, let's bring this camera out and let's test out the day and during the night. So follow me and let's go. Hi guys, so we are outdoors now. We're going to test the lens, but one thing I need to warn you guys is that this lens doesn't have OSS or image stabilization, so you'll look very rocky if you are planning to use it for a vlog. Here, let me bring it around and show you. So as you guys can see, actually this lens is actually not the best for vlogging as it cannot capture everything. So it measures about 16mm, which in full frame equates to about 24mm. So let me know down in the comments down below, what do you think about this focal length? So let's see how it fares against the bright sun. Of course, I have a variable ND filter here. It isn't the best or highest end ND filter, but I guess it works. But one thing about low costing filters, you will get this X effect. Here, let me show you. You can see that as it crosses, it has this overlapping of the two lenses, which I'm not a big fan of, as you know, it looks kind of ugly, to be honest. So regarding this setup, the lens tends to be a lot heavier than the body. So every time you hold a camera, you will naturally tend to tilt down. So even after adding my video mic go, I still feel an imbalance of weight. But this handle, this vlogging handle does help to solve the issue, as I tend to vlog it this way. So all the videos you have seen are likely me using the handle and vlogging. So this really solves a lot of the issues in terms of the weight balance of this setup. So I don't know if you guys have noticed about this lens. This lens tends to not perform the best at 1.4, even though the lowest aperture is at 1.4. There tend to be a bit of a purple fringing around it. So the sweet spot for this camera, I would say, is about from f2 to about f2.8. This camera is actually very good for its quality still. It costs about 400 USD and about 550 in Singapore dollars. So these are actually taken from a few ISOs, starting from 100, 400, 800, 1000, and 3200. Once you're on this lens, 3200 will be one of the better ISOs, as it doesn't cause too much grain. Okay guys, so after one whole day of shooting in the day and the night, I'm finally able to give my conclusion about the Sigma 14mm 1.4. So who is this 16mm Sigma 1.4 targeting? So I would say the first group is somebody who vlogs and shoots a lot of video in low light, especially during the night or somewhere that is very poorly lit. The lens will definitely give you a very nice overall brighter look compared with all those which have a heavier aperture. Now the second group is somebody who likes the depth of field, the very shallow look, which basically slips into my third group, which is somebody who likes the professional look but in a crop sensor body. Before I got this, a lot of people were commenting that the image that you get out of this looks like something that comes from the A7 series, which I totally agree, as it looks very sharp in all those points that are focused, and the bokeh behind it looks really high quality. Now, who is this camera not for? It is for somebody who wants to travel light. This lens weighs about 405 grams, which is relatively quite heavy and a little short of my Carl Zeiss 16-35 landscape lens. So it's really quite bulky, considering that if you are planning to use something that is light, such as a crop sensor body like my A6400, you wouldn't like the weight that comes with it. Now, the second group of people which would definitely do not like this lens are all those who need IBIS or OSS stabilization. This camera doesn't come with it, but this is definitely not an issue for me, as 16mm tends to be quite wide and the shake tends to be quite minor. Unless you are shaking very vigorously, you will not be irritated by the lack of OSS in this lens. I hope you guys like my brief review of this Sigma 16mm 1.4 lens. If you do like, please hit subscribe down there and hit the bell notification so that you'll be updated with my next video. If not, leave down in the comments below what other things you think I could have included in this video to help all those who are searching for this lens better. For all those who already have, I would definitely recommend getting a polarizer or ND filter to be able to cut down those light and be able to get much better photos out of this lens. If not, please follow my Flickr page and be able to see all the settings that I've taken for the photos, and I'll see you in the next one.